All right, we are back. I apologize. There was a fun text I got from my bank, so I had to deal with that, and that took time to work through. So we didn't even really get started at all with the thing too.
But you have to recap. So we don't have to
Jeez, yeah. What was the recap? Like, I'm gonna need to recap the recap.
Build a game series. We're on number 6.
We're on number 6, and yeah. So then the idea is like, I think I want to put a hard stop at like 7, I guess, for this stream, because I don't like. I mean, I guess. Well, the thing is, like, I don't want to work on this thing forever. And I think there's kind of like a point where it's just going to get like too unwieldy to like keep working on it. So the remainder of this stream and the next stream are going to be like this stream. I kind of want to lock down, saying like, here's 3 or 4 more things we want to do to get it before we like actually publish it on itch.io and whatever. So basically, I want to kind of come up with like, look at like the state of what everything is in and say, all right, what's like stuff we need to do to, have this decent. And I think, so one of the things, so like still take suggestions, still take asset, whatever. Like, so we'll take suggestions for tonight. I don't know how I want to do it next week. I think it will depend on like how much we get done tonight, because if I got a point of like, here's what we need to do to get done with the game, I'll probably just like put a hold on suggestions to like finish out. So tonight may be the last night to do suggestions for this game, but we're pretty, so I'll bring over, oh, where did it go? All right. I was just making sure. So this is what we have so far with the game. We have the sandbag. We have the chinchillas are doing little bouncies. We have them on a timer where when they get hit with a sandbag, the timer will increase and it just steadily decreases, and eventually they'll turn into these horrific chupacabra monstrosities, which looks nothing like an actual chupacabra. actual chupacabra, like they're real.
The actual mythical chupacabra, yes. But these are chinchillas either, so.
That's true. None of this is. They're
facsimiles.
Yeah.
Substitutions.
This illusion of game development. But, so we got like, there's things I was trying to attempt. Like I have this like vending machine to like generate more. So I guess here's what kind of like my idea is. At this point I'm kind of looking at like last stream was kind of thinking like, what is the like goal of what we're trying to do here? Because we have like we just have these like critters basically that we can like kind of interact with by throwing sand at them. But like,
dust.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, this dust. I keep thinking there's sand. Maybe I should change that color to be a little less what have you. But so I was kind of thinking like, what's ideas we could kind of do with this that would be like really basic. I guess I kind of want to see like what is like. Oh, there they all go. Oh, that one I hit.
Oh,
so
nice.
There it goes. Yeah, just took a couple
Good
seconds.
testing.
So my initial thought right now is maybe make like just a weird little like petting zoo thing of like, it's just they don't really like they turn to chupacabras and they kind of have like different behavior, but like, there's not like you just have like really basic interactions with them and they'll jump around and interact. So it's kind of like, just this little weird little like museum thing more than like actual goals or whatnot. And I think that's like the bare minimum. And I guess like that's like what I want to try to aim for, and then anything else beyond that will be just like extra. Because like realistically speaking, we have like about 7 hours of game development left. Because each stream ideally is 4 hours, although kind of our one here almost. So I think that's that's something like really basic. I could put a little map together. So I guess kind of ideas of like just low scale, like like mechanics we can do within that. So like we can still have like vending machines. I don't know if I'm gonna like actually add like I was thinking like a HUD if it tells you like when like the overall happiness. I was trying to get that working of like the happiness of all the chupacabras, or chinchillas and whatnot. But I think I might leave it as is, or at least maybe tell you like how much you have in your inventory. But I think the way I want to, I think that's the direction I want to kind of go in, is like just keep really low scale. What can we do that doesn't involve like significant like mechanic additions?
You mentioned an inventory. No, I'm not gonna make an inventory system.
Yeah.
I was just going the complete opposite there. It was like, what would be the most? But no. So the petting zoo idea. So what else would they need to do with that? Randomly move, like randomly want things, like yeah.
That might be interesting. Like have like a couple basic shapes you could give them. It gives them like maybe like a timer immunity. So like their timer just like freezes for 30 seconds or something. Like maybe there's like a toy or something they could play with. You could give them. Freezes a timer for like 30 seconds. So I mean, like when I say toy, it will literally be like a circle. Like prop.
Not a sandbag or a dust bag?
I mean, we can still have dust bag. I'm just saying like, as a new asset, it will be a circle for right now. But like, I could get like the vending machine system working, and it just like, I mean, this is basically like the full functional or, full like extent of like what I want to do is just have like whatever object you're going to give them, it produces will just be on a black box like that.
Oh yeah. Just duplicate that way.
So I think
I was thinking, so when they're about to turn, if you can make them jump more, so like gives the player like, hey, help me.
That would be good.
Feedback.
So I'm going to. So here's all right. So what I'm gonna do
we want like a
is
fence post. Do we want to like find fence assets, like if it's a zoo, like they're penned in somewhere?
Yeah, this was kind of I
guess because we could look for the art, right? We could look for sound. We could just do the programming.
Yeah, I think I want to try and do like the map creation and finish up some programming, and then hopefully next stream will just be like bug fixing. But
map creation,
so like tonight I think, just make like a really basic map. I mean, probably like no more complicated than this, but like it's actually situated in a way of like how I think, how we kind of want it.
I feel that would be helpful for me as well too, if I was, because then maybe that'll give you inspiration about mechanics that would feel that would work with the map, the level design.
Yeah. Oh, so how's this looking? Oh, whoops. So I was trying to see how this looked on stream because I just messed up a thing on there. So final tasks, new map, petting zoo.
Even the notes are in code, okay?
Notepad++ is the best. This is just like a TXT, I think.
Well, I mean the way you're writing it. It's like a
it's
function, like code and parameters and stuff. I just found it interesting.
A little bit. Vending machines.
What would you say? Like toys.
Yeah. Dust bags, toys, food.
It's a good thing for a petting zoo.
Yeah. There's like a few like when I used to go, there's like they had like vending machines who like throw food at the animals. You're not supposed to. Yeah,
there's all like those pellet. Yeah, I have the title card. That's it.
Oh, Did that not go?
Yeah.
I think I might change.
Oh, I can see it.
Yeah, it should be back now.
Mhm.
So that's gonna be. I don't know how long it was like. Like I wasn't
Not
sure
long,
for.
no.
Okay. For the viewers,
I-
I need to fix. Damn it. Hotkeys. Clear. There we go. Fixing that. I had hotkeys for switching scenes, which is like shift plus something. Something that should not be hit as often as it apparently gets hit on my computer. So.
It's the best kind of hotkey.
Yeah.
When you accidentally.
Oops. Did not mean to do that as well. Say HUD for items you have. So, and then better behavior. Thank God for spell check. Behavior. Chins, chupas. Both critters, bugs. Fix. Monsters spawn. Offset. Whoops, I don't know if I'm gonna say that. So monster spawn offset is like when they change. Currently, they are designed to. I think I talked about this a little bit. Like right now, when like the way these are spawning, the chupacabras are spawning is it's actually a separate entity, and it deletes. Like basically, the chinchilla has this like timer that counts down. When the timer hits 0, it says it deletes itself, or it spawns a chupacabra and then deletes itself in the same frame. But the problem is that with Unreal spawning, how that works is it tries to like find the offset, because they're like both. If both objects have like physics, it'll try and find like the closest like free space. So I want to. I think what I'm going to do real quick to kind of just like get my groove back a little bit with stuff is I'm going to set it up so like the chinchilla collider will disable for a little bit. It'll like freeze its position. And this is all like ideally will happen in one frame, so we'll see how like this actually turns out.
Yeah.
But the idea will be, click on that and edit blueprint and open blueprint.
It's like sleight of hand.
Yeah, so it is not the like ideal way I think in any engine to actually do this, but it is the way that I've kind of worked ourselves into. I include everyone here in that. So spawn actor gremlin.
We could talk about the naming schemes.
Collider?
Gremlin. Collide garbage. Oh, I saw something there.
What is it? So actually, let me see what's the. So I think so if I say like simulate physics, I turn off physics maybe.
Yeah.
Let's try that. That might just be all I have to do. Simulate physics. Set the happiness to, say 5 seconds. That'll give us enough time.
How are we supposed to tell? I guess.
So if it works, what I'm trying to do is like have all these the chupacabra gremlin things. Like if it works, then they should just spawn on the exact same spot of where the chinchilla is. So like they just be in a row here. Because if you'll notice,
yeah, just stand up here. Then that'd be the easiest to see that.
So they should just be all in that row.
No, they.
Yeah, so they're offset. It's like trying to find the. Oops.
That's a pain in the butt.
Yeah. So let me think.
Can you like, when those things? Yeah, I don't know how you do this. They just force them on the position of the chinchilla, where the chinchilla used to be at. Make like its transformed position equal to the chinchilla one.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. So there is like an option, like you can have like always spawn, ignore collisions. I'm gonna try that and see if that does any better. This might turn ugly.
It's okay, ugly's fine. Well.
Huh. Well, it kind of worked.
Yeah, they're at the same spot. They just.
Oh my God, this is horrifying.
Well, so that's interesting. Why did they do that?
Where's the 0? Where's like the? Oh, so this might have been the thing I was like wondering about. Is where is the actual like center of this model? Yeah, okay, so like that's where they're spawning, but then so you kind of see like where the center is.
Oh.
So if we like went down, yeah, it's about.
That's about right.
That looked about right. Okay, so I need to like go into Gremlin and change. Yeah, I could. I don't know how I can. So they are. So the Gremlins are kind of different. I have them as like actors, and they do like colliders. So well, I guess they have like actor components in them, which means that they might behave a little bit differently. So I don't know. But this is actually closer to what I wanted. Does the chat said anything?
Yeah, no.
No.
So I'm trying to think. One thing, all right. So one thing I might do.
You can attach it to another game object that has a different position as for center. That offsets the center.
Yeah.
Or you can do it in code if you need the units. It's offset. Whatever.
I don't know. Well, doing it in code might be. Nah, I think it would be like more trouble than. I think I could just find a way to do it like through the object itself. But one thing I'm going to do fairly quickly.
Yeah, but I think that would be ideal to find no changes in the object itself.
Alright, so it's not never mind. I was going to try to do something in Blender, but I think I might be able to be fine with this. So actually, I might do the offset. I think that might be the least. It will be like an ugly solution, but I think it would be like the least actual complicated one.
Yeah.
Actually, wait, let's not do
I
that.
think.
Actually, wait, I do want physics there.
Yeah, it was just on my mind because I was trying to get a buzzsaw to work today. And to get it to rotate properly, it's kind of had to do it to attach it to an empty game object to control the center of rotation. So it was just on my mind.
Yeah. I don't have anyone saying anything in the chat. Other than you.
Yeah.
On either chat.
Yeah, this is going to be goofy. So I'm just gonna try and
Yeah, what are you doing in the code there? It's
Oh.
too tiny for me to see.
oops. So I'm trying to. So basically, there's like
Maybe if I full screen this.
I have the transform of the player or the parent object. This is like on the chinchilla
Yeah.
object. So I have so you have to give it a spawn transform, and that means like a transform has the location, rotation, scale. So I'm just trying to make so I just remembered also the X and Y's are not, so Z. So I need to make like the Z value in this like a little bit higher than,
Oh yeah. Because
Yeah,
Z
you
is
kinda
up on the model.
Yeah. So I was gonna go into Blender and try and fix that at some point, but I think at this point, I might do it for the last stream, but I think we might have to work around it this time.
You won't have to if you attach it to an empty game object that has a proper up, left, up, forward,
That's
back,
true.
right? Then all you do is rotate that empty game object as if it had the proper rotations. No, but that's like, I don't know.
It's goofy.
This
but
is just based on because the people who made the model probably didn't care too much about that stuff.
yeah.
right?
Well, because we had to, if you remember, we had to jump into Blender and actually make it like a solid model because it's like it's with Google's like editor, which I think did not make everything into like a single object. It made it into like a bunch of. Actually, no. I think it may just been like whoever made it like kind of just attach a bunch of objects together rather than actually build it out with like a single object.
Oh, yeah, I guess
possibly. That might have been what happened. But as it is, whoops. Boy. As it is, we're gonna have to just make do, and I probably will try to go and make that happen. Fix the rotation and whatever. So actually, let's do make vector. No, I don't want that. Actor location. No. I don't know how to get like just the X and Y. Alright, so now we're going Google. Unreal. Get X and Y. Oh, break vector. Alright, there we go. Put this up here so people can kind of see what I'm doing. So get actor vector location break vector.
Break.
So this is the complications. So we're getting the location, we're breaking it out into X, Y, and Z, and then
I'm just gonna manually set the Z.
I think that's a float. So float plus float. Oh my lord.
Ah, look at these blueprints getting all crowded.
I
now.
know. So much like spaghetti everywhere.
Can we keep the doors open? It's gonna
Yeah.
be a little longer here.
That's fine.
It's probably okay.
Yeah, I don't think we have a lot of people out there.
Yeah.
Now we can have echoing. Echo effects, yeah.
We could also have not boiling the effects.
Alright, so I think
I don't know which superpower I want. Echoing or boiling. I don't know. Both have
did you ask what
effects.
superpower you want?
Superpower? Yeah, because they're talking about the effects that we have now. So that's what I'm superpower.
I don't know if that'd be a very useful superpower to make echoes.
Echolocation, huh?
Oh,
I think I'll-
echolocation, I suppose, yeah.
Well, I imagine. Otherwise, it's kind of useless, yes, as you said.
Well, yeah, there's some unwanted. There was I did participate in a game jam where there was unwanted powers was the theme. There were some interesting unwanted powers. I was like, that would be a nice pointless power right there.
Yeah, you would feel kind of ripped off. Is this? I think the person's name is some superhero in the Marvel universe. Right, their powers they can learn languages real fast. Which in the real world, that's a good power. In the Marvel world, it sucks.
Yeah, well,
Or it's all relative, right?
yeah.
It's like
Could be worse though. I think in the Marvel universe, there's somebody who like touches stuff and it like wilts and dies when they touch
Oh,
it.
yeah.
And then of course there's Rogue who can't touch anyone without sucking out all their life force essentially.
Yeah.
Could
Well,
be worse.
I don't know if that's worth the trade-off of flying with super strength. But
Well, she got that because she sucked out the powers of somebody, so she's got that person in her head. Anyway, sorry. At least that's according
This
to
is-
the cartoon. I didn't come across the version of that story in the comic books, so.
feel a little better, just a little bit more.
Yeah, it's just like gruesome. Like we're just like slowly like raising them out of the ground.
Well, they have gravity, right? If you just raise them high enough, then they'll just fall back down. Or maybe they don't have gravity,
Yeah.
actually.
Almost there. All right, so I'm gonna put it at 85.
I'm just glad there's no animation for transformation.
Oh yeah, like when being turned inside out. I think we might have a problem with that if that was.
Yeah. Wait. How do
Sometimes you
I?
don't want to animate.
Shift F. is. Alright. Well, it's kind of, I guess, working.
Good enough.
Yeah.
Better than before.
Yeah, I think we got it. Alright, cool. So then that's somewhat fixed. So I think what I am going to do is go to textures. Where's the open game art?
Yeah, you could import assets, maybe like their Paragon assets.
Yeah,
That's
just add a bunch of Paragon stuff.
Well, they gotta have trees and stuff, right?
Oh, that's true.
That'd be desert-like though, because they're from a desert.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe they have
Well,
desert
yeah,
stuff.
they're desert trees. They
Palm
look
trees.
like bushes mostly, but they're not the biggest trees. But yeah, you could get some desert rocks too if you could find those. Like,
Pretty sure I was gonna say Paragon stuff might be cool, but I'm pretty sure I'd have to download it, so we're not gonna do that. I think.
Oh, that's a fine petting zoo you have there. Checkerboard. Oh, I remember this. You shooting as well? Guess what?
So I have pending is it what is player start? What is so this will get us out of the tutorial stuff, so MVP. Trying to actor. I need to look this up. I'm gonna do some Googling.
What are we looking up?
Because I think it's making like a default actor instead of the actual actor.
Because you imported a scene? Or you imported, I don't know exactly what you imported, just like.
So this is like a brand new like level,
Oh.
just whole cloth. Oh, so this is not. I don't know what this is doing because this is not really a. Let me go to maps. Because I think I need. Oh wait, world settings. I think here is where I actually set the player.
Oh, I thought you were using a real one, so using
That's I expected better.
you
That
should
was-
make better.
Oh, there we go. All right.
I'm not sure if I am disappointed that I disappointed you, or not disappointed that you expected better.
So, but I have fixed this either way. No, I want to. What? All right. So I can't. Whatever. this like bigger. Do I just make the player smaller?
Well, you can't just change the scale of, I guess
Well, yeah, this so I'm trying to change the scale, but then it's like now we're just on like huge checkerboard rather than.
Well, we gotta replace that texture, right? It's gotta be a grass thing or something for
Yeah.
petting zoo, or sand, or desert.
Something rocky or, well, I don't know, let's see what kind of desert they're from. Maybe we can get an idea, a few ideas.
Well, it has to be dry, right? Because water
Mm-hmm, that's right.
is a problem for them.
They are from,
Oh, all right. So they just use like a gray. They just use an object box. So I think that's
yeah,
I
they're
was-
the Andes Mountains, so.
mountainous regions. So I think.
This loads.
All right. So I'm actually so I'm not gonna worry about the floor for right now. The texture, because that texture will be adjusted.
Yeah. Indian Chilean habitat in Chile.
Now those checkerboards inside checkerboards.
You can find
Yeah.
some cacti.
I think that's a pretty big game world. I
Yeah.
make that a little bit smaller. Make this 7 point. What can I make?
Yeah, that seems pretty large.
Alright, I think that would give us enough room to work with.
I think so. It's probably larger than any level I've ever made.
So I have textures.com is the place I usually use for.
I got a picture of their habitat. They've got like cactuses, I don't know, and there's it looks very rocky.
Yeah.
At least this particular picture looks very rocky.
Yeah, it looks like Rockies.
Yeah.
Grand Canyon, maybe that's
Green mountains. So are these just like background? Yeah, these are just.
Oh. Well, some of these would be good. These would fit, I think. Because, yeah, some of those mountains kind of.
it's just like
Maybe a little
sky
less.
boxes, right? I mean, you want to
Yeah.
put this on the floor.
Let's do.
But there'd be a nice sky box, sure.
Yeah, good background.
I already have the elephant too.
The mountains that the picture of look a lot like rounder and less
Little
rocky.
sand.
Oh, whoops.
Wait, no, it's supposed to be
Sand.
dust, not sand. But
Well,
yeah.
it's good, dusty, sandy. Let's see.
Cracked, so that's very dry.
The rough looks good. Let's see, I need to
So
find
this is
the-
just all texture. Oh, you're at textures.com?
Yeah.
I didn't know this, but this is nice. I didn't know about
It's-
this resource. These are all free, I assume? And
Yeah, I think there's like a certain number you can download or like a certain amount of data you can, because I think there's like there's like definitely an account you can pay. There's like premium access. Actually, let me log in and see if.
oh, yeah, let's give your email address and password.
Email, passwords.
Oh, I'm very surprised that worked. Oh yeah, so it's like you could download free 15. You can download like 15 textures a day. I think you're very limited of like which ones.
Oh, see, yeah, it costs credits, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, still, it's a time thing. It's still nice, especially if you just want to try.
Actually, I really like this one. This one's pretty.
Mm.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, it looks
Let's
like a
do
good
it.
one. Looks dusty, rocky.
They'll do this one because it's more uniform.
That's good to know this exists, though. Textures.com?
Yeah,
I'm gonna add this to my,
it's pretty good every now and then for like if you want to get like something a little photorealistic.
I tend to do that, so.
No, I want that back.
Well, over here, do you want to think of textures for what, toys or?
Oh, I want to look for like some grass-ish stuff.
Grass they've got like,
Desert-ish. Oh, so this is nice.
oh yeah, that's good.
Just desert plants. Grass dead. Alright, well I think we got like a good start with some of that. Let me open up textures, just throw them right in. Let's add that to,
So the material's created, you.
yeah, it'll take like a second to generate.
The world's larger than we thought.
Yeah, I think it's gonna come in at, it's gonna come in a second, I think. It's gonna come in at like, basically like full size, but there's a way I could like tile it down so like it becomes a little bit more seamless. Theoretically, it should be doing that, but it does not seem to be.
Yeah, the material ball is still just black too.
Yeah. Oh, I think it's loading. Oh, I think it's, so it is actually, I think there's just like no lighting on it at all.
Alright, let's add some realistic lighting. We don't have this, you know, we can do that. There's not much going on in this game.
Right.
Oh, maybe I should be watching this on the screen. All I'm seeing on the big screen is the shaders compiling. My God, it must be doing something. Okay, yeah, I see that. Much better now. No, I see what you mean.
So there's a way I think I can make this. I'm gonna do some quick Googling of Unreal tile texture.
How to do tiles.
Attach tile texture coordinate node, UV input. So I think, so that will fix that, and then how do I make it? It may be just a issue with the light source. So we make
Like
this
in the scene or in the...
very intense. Yeah, I think that might be the. So we save this. So if we go back to the other map, wherever that was, save selected. So we applied that texture we just created. Sorry, so you kind of see some of it visible there, I think. But it's just this like inky blackness.
Yeah, it's dark, but you see more of it now, right?
Nope, it crashed. Unreal crashed.
Oh no.
Send and restart. Okay. I think it is mostly back.
That's pretty quick.
Yeah.
Record restart,
Nope, whoops. Which Firefox? Oh, that one. Alright. Boom. Pop it back. Nope, alright. Goodness. Man, I think if and when I get back to doing when it becomes my turn to do this again, I don't think I'm going to do Unreal.
No.
It's not.
Maybe a little more versed in it.
Well, it's I don't know. Like, I mean, Unity is slow. Like, I definitely it would take like the entire 7 streams to kind of get to like. Probably not, but like, I mean, it would be like a lot slower process. But like, I've been working in Unity for like 5-6 years. No, that's long.
You have a large knowledge base to draw from, yeah.
Yeah, like I'm definitely a lot more experienced and know my way around it more. I mean, Unreal I'm getting better at, but like it is not a engine that, in my experience, it is not like working well for like little hobbyist projects of like you're just trying to experiment with something. I mean, like, well, it is, but it's like at the same time, it's like if you're just like making like a prototype of a thing, then I feel like there's more stuff in it that's kind of like, I don't know. I guess I feel like Unity's better for like just coming up with like a prototype faster than Unreal, because Unreal is like everything you do kind of has like a workflow you need to have established beforehand. So I think it might be just like a case of like if I was better. I think it is a case of like being a little bit more rehearsed, and also a case of like just establishing like this is the workflow we're going to use for like each object and whatnot. Plus, kind of not be as, I think, I don't know what the word would be.
I think you had it when if you just stopped after you said Unity's better.
I mean, you know, if it comes down, I don't know, like Unity's better in some aspects and Unreal's better in some aspects, and I think it's like very dependent on like what you're trying to do. It's kind of like how I was covering it in the lesson that I did last year of like, you know, it's if you're trying to make a game where you're like being a lot more processor heavy and want to just like work on something faster, then it's kind of like the better way to do it. Or I guess like, you know, it's like if you have an idea of like I'm going to be making like a 3D, you know, action platformer sort of thing, and you know I know exactly like what state I need to be in like, you know, so and so months, like I think Unreal is kind of better reaching that point faster. Unity, I mean, especially in like the last little bit, like they just had the 2018 update as of this recording.
Yep.
So this is really creepy. This is like, it's kind of there. It's like very.
It was nice when you first put it on, and then it got really dark, and then it's okay. It's very dark. It's no place.
I think the tiling is right. The lighting is what is the issue, and I don't know why. I need to look up. But I mean, Unity just, I mean, the recent update they just had, like, it is really intense. Like they just like updated a lot of the C# stuff, which I was kind of like, I was telling like at my day job, like I was telling someone about how like, you know, like there's like multi-threading stuff which Unity like famously has not done well, which is kind of like the heavier programming stuff of like you know, using like multiple cores and, you know, of a machine. Like it's very like, you know, they kind of put everything. I don't know if I should just go into like explaining what threading is or not. It's just basically the idea of like, you know, you're offloading processing power from like one thread of like the hardware to like multiple threads. So like you kind of saying, all right, you know, this it's like kind of like multiple streams. I guess it's thinking of
processing.
Yeah. I guess the simplest way to put it is like it's kind of like there's like multiple updates running at the same time. So like, you know, like Unity has like, you know, they're the updating like every script, but you can also set up a thread so like it's running updates at the exact same time, but like in a different part of the hardware and architecture, which
They don't interfere with each other.
Yeah. So, but it also like it's usually like VR is like a good example of how they do that, because like they use like the processing for VR is like in a separate thread from like all the game stuff you're doing. So it's kind of like when you're doing like really heavy stuff like that, and Unity has like never been good about like actually letting the user, like the developer, like go in and like determine like you had the ability to do that, but it was like just a very clumsy way of doing it, and they made it really a lot easier in the latest update. So that's kind of stuff.
I was briefly reading about that. They're saying they'll have to encourage you to change some of your coding practices. I was reading, because I guess it could slow things down if you don't load a lot of stuff in memory at first.
Yeah.
If you just are doing it like at runtime versus, well, that's. what you're
Yeah,
saying.
because that's why they had like coroutines and stuff, or because that's kind of how they got around that of like in a very like very rudimentary way. I think that's kind of like one of the ideas of coroutines of like stuff happening at the exact same time, but it was still happening on like one thread, and how they like made it so it's more proper. How like basically every C++ engine actually does it. Because Unity famously, like their version of C# is like so behind. Like it's very. I think like how they created the engine made it so like it is a very difficult process to like actually update the C# version in it. I think in like recent versions they've made that more of a priority, which kind of helps. Because like that was one big thing with Unity is like PS4. There's like a lot of issues when like porting to consoles because it doesn't utilize like the multiple cores that well. So like there's like a lot of things like Firewatch I think famously had a issue where they literally had to like contact Unity developer, and they said we can't like the only way to fix this is like an upcoming update in Unity like several months later. So that's kind of so I was like that's like a thing on PS4, which was like a big deal because they were like a PS4. I guess I don't know. I guess they launched on
right?
PS4.
Because the Xbox. Let's call it the Xbox.
Xbox. Say Xbox.
It's slower, right? So I mean, why could it work on the Xbox? There must be some architecture going on that the Xbox was doing that.
The Xbox has the advantage of being developed by Microsoft, so it's basically Windows. It's like very lightweight Windows. And so, like the PS.
Oh, I guess so.
So
if it works on Windows, it'll work on.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, so there's like the whole thing with Xbox and their unified something. There's like
cross-platform, right?
Cross-platform. Yeah, it's like you've developed for like one Microsoft platform, you develop for all of them. So like it works on phone and everything, like just the same build. You kind of just can specify how that. I think there's like some settings and stuff, but it's like you're building for like one, older Microsoft platforms, and like Sony got better with the PS4. Like the PS3 famously had a lot of issues with. They kind of like did this like very custom architecture that a lot of developers, like they got used to it towards the end of the life cycle, but like very early on, like it became very hard to like develop for it because it's like they basically were recoding an engine from scratch.
Yeah.
Like there's a few games.
Yeah.
There's a
few bursts, I guess, right?
Yeah, there's like a few games I think got like canceled because they're trying to like make a PC game and porting it to PS3, and like Source Engine, like Valve wouldn't do PlayStation 3 game. I think Portal 2 ended up in PlayStation 3, but there was like a thing where they said like, they could get Source Engine on Xbox easily because it was a lot closer to Windows, and then PS3 was just like so complicated and convoluted that like they didn't even bother for the longest time. But I mean, yeah, now they like kind of they like flatten everything, and then Switch, Nintendo kind of like wasn't as bad, but like their systems have always been like more lightweight, so that's kind of where the issue came up.
So what are we trying to figure out at the moment? Deadly Midnight has asked us. I know we went on a little tangent there.
We're talking. I'm trying to get. So
PlayStation 3.
Delete that. So what I'm trying to do right now is fix this texture, because we have this like nice grass texture, which is tiling right, and then the lighting is. I'm trying to recall how to like make it like unlit or whatever the proper phrasing is. So basically, like, because right now I think it's dark because it is like actually reacting to the light. So I don't know. I might be talking out my butt with that.
Well, I I have no idea.
Yeah.
You're talking out your butt, I'm believing it.
Set the strain to unlit, bring your texture to. Bring in your texture to material BP. Surface, I think, is fine.
But yeah, video games, yeah, interesting. We could go on about the hardware limitations. Right, the N64's staying with cartridge. They lost a lot of, like Square in the Final Fantasy series. They lost due to that choice. Not going CD based. It's interesting. Sony got real successful on 2, so they thought they could do anything they want on 3. People would follow them. That's usually the case, right? That's what Xbox, Microsoft maybe thought this time around.
Yeah, do some more Googling.
But that, I guess that Switch announcement is a pretty big deal, right? That I saw in the chat there.
What Switch?
The controllers coming to Steam.
Oh, yeah, no, that's interesting.
That's a surprise move, I would have guessed, by Nintendo. But
I think it's Steam more. Yeah, because I think they. Yeah, it's interesting, I guess. I mean, like the Pro controller, like, is just like you can connect it to any Windows machine with Bluetooth,
sure.
at least. So it's kind of cool that they like did that. And apparently has gyro controls as well and all that. I don't know like how fully supported it is, but it looks like it's pretty decently supported. But yeah, that's kind of surprising move by them.
That's pretty cool. It was
So.
some little indie games that utilize that. Though that'd be kind of weird, I suppose. For a niche market, only if you have Steam.
It might. I think.
Switch controllers.
Yeah, I think like the most. It kind of depends on like how you do it, because I think most games I've seen kind of like detect like what controller you have and then just like map everything accordingly. Like I have this Unity asset rewired, which I swear
good?
by. Yeah, it's really good.
I was trying some of that, and I was like, "Oh God, maybe I should just buy this thing."
It's worth buying.
Map pads and everything. I was like, "Oh Lord."
Yeah, I think it's like just
you got to keep everything in track by strings too, and it's like, oh, if you typo something.
Wait, Unity.
But yeah, it's on sale actually right now because it's the Unity sale.
It's a Unity sale.
Yeah, asset store sale. Yeah, 50% off of a lot of the assets. But yeah, my other friend who I learned from Unity, I took the class with him. He swore by Rewired as well. He's just like, just get Rewired and be done. Well, I guess not Rewired. There was another one that was on sale then.
Just like In Control, maybe.
Yeah, maybe that one's it.
Rewired's better.
He was just like, if you're serious about Game Pass support, just get Rewired and be done with it. Don't fool around with what they got in Unity.
Yeah, it's so much. I mean, the thing with Rewired is like they.
But In Control's half the price. But yeah.
It's like the thing with In Control, and I don't know. Like when I have both of them, and when I first got In Control, like it is a lot harder to get it set up. The thing that's nice about Rewired is it has its own like. It has its own like window and utility to set up everything, so you can like just set the bindings like just in editor rather than scripting, which In Control did at the time. The other thing also is like In Control is not lent itself easy to multiplayer stuff.
Yeah, that's the whole reason I get it. I don't need to rewire for a single player. I can do that myself. But
so the thing with In Control that's like so amazing is like you can set up like a basic map, and then like I like Slap Friends for instance, like I have like 600 different controller types, but if I could grab like a PS4 and Xbox controller, I just plug them in, they both work exactly the same, which is
that's nice.
Yeah, so it's like really nice.
But you can't do that with Rewired.
with in control, you can't. You probably can, but it's like you actually need to like go in and code it up for it to kind of recognize that. At least for multiplayer. Like single player worked pretty well. Multiplayer is just like it is more configured for like single player stuff. But the big thing also is like you have to go in and script it at least. Like rewired is like you just put an object in there. You can the object has its editor, and you just like you do all the bindings in there, and you just have to keep track of the strings, and it's a lot simpler. But it's really nice because I can throw it in like any Unity object, any Unity project, and like I have control. I have like any sort of type of control I want to do is in there.
I'm surprised Unity hasn't bought them.
I'm sure they're next at some point. They've been buying up a lot of assets. Like the Pro Builder stuff, I hadn't messed around with that in the past, but I saw that. It's like, oh man, that's like really cool.
ProGrid, Polybrush, Pro Builder, yeah.
Yeah.
Great. I haven't tried ProGrids just because I'm not that OCD that I have to line everything up by a grid. But I can see the use in it when people want to do that. Polybrush was pretty nice too. Just a moment, I just made a plane and made mountains on the plane. It was like that, and I could just paint textures right on it too. So that I can see that being quite useful as well. And sculpt things. I just gotta convince Helen to be like, hey, can I get this? It's a good investment.
Yeah.
It's the price of the game, but it's okay. It'll keep me more entertained than a game.
Why is this like this? Is it
The
fun?
dark, yeah.
Dark.
I have no idea. Texas is not something that I've dived into at all.
Yeah, I feel like I did this better in the past. Like I think I just dragged something in and it just worked.
Do you think it has something to do with the texture? You want to try the other one, or
Is
maybe
it something
like,
that you want to do? Sorry.
Huh?
Sorry.
what's it?
I was wondering if there's something in your tutorial or lesson night.
Maybe.
Like, it would be funny if
Well,
Just open up your own lesson
Oh,
night.
my lesson night.
Hey, I look at my old projects all the time to try to remind
Yeah.
myself how to do things. So.
No, it's good. If you're very meta, it'd be pretty cool.
Actually, so what I'm gonna do is I'll just bring in a new one. We'll start from scratch. I don't think I covered it in my lesson night, but I know I made a texture for that worked on the first try. So it could easily be like, all right. So the second, it still is like that. So if I did so real basic material.
There's something, some maybe talk or lesson that happened around here that helped me understand a little bit more about the albedo or albedo and specular. And what was that? I don't know. At least I learned something. Maybe Jace.
Yeah, we need like more artists to come to this.
Invite artists.
Yeah.
If you're an artist in the capital region,
Please stop by and tell me exactly what I'm doing wrong.
we just to come by in general though, but yeah, definitely come by. We can always use more artists and
Well,
musicians.
there was quite a few artists at their recent thing on Wednesday. What was that called? That IGDA event?
Yeah, the ACE. Yeah.
Economy? Creative Economy thing?
Yeah.
ACE? Yeah. There's quite a few artists here and stuff, and I know Power on myself, got the word out, and so did IGDA.
Oh, good.
And so hopefully people will be contacting us more about that. But yeah, I think the whole room is almost artists.
Oh, that's cool.
They're artists, not game designers. They're not game makers.
Those are the people we need around here. We get so many developers. Not that developers are. we just need more.
Yeah.
We just need more variety. A little more diversity of talents. Yeah, music, audio, artists, 2D and 3D. Everyone is welcome here.
Yeah.
And if you know how to use a computer, I can teach you how to make games in like less than an hour, or at least get started making your own games. You don't necessarily need programming.
No, I mean, we're watching Unreal here, and I don't think we've done any programming, huh? Just connecting
I know, but
dots.
Yeah, but if you don't mind it being 2D, you can start making games pretty quickly. That I think that's like the next one, right? I'm up for that one.
For this?
For making games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you said
That'll be fun.
You're going to do constructs. So
Yep.
that'll be easy.
Show everyone how you can make a game, a 2D game, without any programming, and it's actually pretty easy. Of course, the ideas are going to be off the wall. My sister's probably going to make sure she's on that stream just to mess with me.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make the map, and I will figure out the texture later.
Yeah.
Because it is driving me up the wall. Can I make this default?
Click.
What bake materials? Oh,
Wow.
too creepy.
It's like, oh, it's moving?
You're walking on water.
Yeah. It's just ocean texture.
Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna say I thought it was like still for a second. It looked like glass, and it just.
It looks nice. Guess that's what Unreal does, though.
Yeah.
What is that supposed to be? Oh, good lord.
Oh.
This is like just default Unreal stuff. I don't know. I mean, this is. I don't know if we'll stick with this, but this is good enough for me.
Yeah, you can see what you're doing too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good enough now.
It's easier to see.
Make a folder. Pinning zoo.
Yeah, sometimes when I'm making stuff, the art or the happy accidents kind of help direct my mechanics or what else is going to happen in the game.
Yeah. I think that generally when you're doing a game jam game, you gotta be able to work around the happy accidents.
Yeah, I feel like embracing them is very important.
Yes.
Instead of trying to make something, right? It's like, stop forcing it, just
just go with it.
go with it and make it,
Make it work.
Yeah, it's speaking to you. I think artists would understand that mindset.
This was a bad idea.
Well, it's kind of cool. It's just a lot of them.
No,
cool.
it's gonna rent. No, actually no. Just
Oh, they're hamburgers. I thought they were
Oh my
trees.
goodness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really?
Hamburger forest. Well, there's nothing saying that they can't live in a hamburger forest.
oh, they're just so too big.
It's like I tell my students, like for beginner game design, you're making your own world.
Yeah.
Anything can
Weird
happen.
hamburger desert I've created.
I feel that's pretty cool. Can you jump on hamburgers?
No, so this is like the foliage tool. So it's like you just drag a foliage type, and you could just like click and So it's like you're supposed to put like grass and things, but you
Yeah.
can put like any object.
By the way, Pro Builder lets you do that with prefabs.
Yeah.
Anything, right?
So yeah, this is basically, I mean,
Catching up
Unity.
with that.
Yeah, it's
Unity's catching up with what
Unity's
they already
catching
have,
up.
right?
Yeah.
But when I saw that, I was like, oh my god. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's great.
It's just cowboy hats everywhere.
Oh, so you can't even tell they're cowboy hats. You have to really look at them.
Yeah.
And then you can. So it's a cool look illusion. Because you don't. It's making like the cowboy hat, which is familiar, unfamiliar when you're looking at it.
So this would be, whoops.
I love that for the foliage, all their hats, the and the hamburgers. We didn't even need to go find other textures. It was all already in the project.
Wait, what's happening? I think I did something too complicated.
Uh-oh.
A big landscape is a big word to me, so I feel it's
Yeah.
a lot. However, the bar is telling me it's not a lot because
Whoops.
it's complete. So that's what you need in a real conserved landscape. That's good. Is that what they call vertex definition?
Oops, I crashed. And
You crashed it again?
Well, are you not on that? Oh, you're in it.
yeah, it's a height map.
Yeah, so this is it's no wonder Unity wanted to get that stuff out. It was already about all that.
Yeah, well, they've had it for a while. I don't.
Is that why they said the better for artists? Is it like a lot of the artist tools?
Yeah. I mean, because, like, you know, you don't need to, like, with Unreal, the big thing is, like, you don't, it's very good for designers and artists because it has a lot of these tools in there. And Unity's catching up on the artist side. I really don't know if they're going to have, like, a system like Unreal has with their blueprints. Like, there's like, Pro Builder on Unity, which I've used, and I'm kind of middling on a bunch because it's, I don't know. It's not great.
It's better than nothing, but yeah, it's probably not. I mean, this already looks better.
Yeah. So I was just playing around with stuff.
So I can see that, yeah. So you could just quickly make a level if you wanted to.
Yeah. I'll try making a wall. So I want to see. How can I wait? Can I do anything? Trying to see. Triangulate. Nope. I don't know what any of this is doing to me. Some sort of node editor, theoretically, geometry editing, which I saw. I really need to try that, the Pro Builder stuff in Unity, because I think I'll probably.
Geometry editing was really easy.
Yeah.
I can show you later, but yeah, like I said, I just use a reference if you do Blender, but it's so much easier in Blender because you're just connecting, you're just making dots, like the
Yeah.
outline of whatever you want to make, and then it makes the rest of it for you. I imagine they have something like this as well too.
So we're gonna just have this like. Whoop.
Is that the big rolling pin that's gonna roll it over everything?
Yeah, well, I'm kind of using this as like the edge of the world in a weird way.
Yeah.
A little bit of Z fighting going to be happening, but that's all right. Actually, cookie clicker.
You can't really hide it, right?
Nope. Well, actually, now I am hiding it. I got a frenzy. I gotta go for it.
This 90? Nope. Nothing. And I'm like used to Unity when you hold down Shift to like speed up an editor, but in Unreal it stops. So that's why I keep like.
Is there a speed
It's
up?
gonna be frustrating.
Yeah, in Unity, like if you do.
Yeah, I
this-
mean, I hear that. Is there a
Oh,
speed up?
probably. I don't know.
Does
Well, I'm
Control
not
D
finding-
duplicate, or is that even a different shortcut?
Well, let's see actually. Control D doesn't duplicate.
Is it Control C, Control V?
Yeah, that's what I'm just doing.
Oh, okay, that's not so bad actually. I would probably prefer that. Well, yeah.
So,
It's a nice edge of the world.
yeah,
You're not getting over that.
make that one green, I guess. The accent wall. So we have this. So I'm gonna put the player. Wait, nope. That moved the entire world. Player start. Let's move that here. Gonna
Just random obstacles.
make a weird little tree object.
Oh, nice.
Programmer art tree.
Uh,
Wait.
Now you gotta line them up.
Yeah.
The hardest part. Oh, yeah, I guess you can do that trick. Oh, make it the child and then reset it. Yeah. That's a beautiful trick. Well, it's not a trick,
Yeah. There we go.
but nice. Nice. Then just you can copy that a million times. We have a forest.
Do different sizes?
Yeah.
All right, fine.
Oh man, we're gonna go crazy with it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you gotta have. It makes it
What
more realistic.
if-
And then it's cool. Some of them you can go under, some of them you can't. Some of them you could take shelter if they rain upon you and the chupacabra.
Where it's goes.
Tree BP. Oh, we can make a script where it grows over time. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that.
It'll be like
Catch on fire.
Don't starve. You're creating
Yes,
Don't Starve over
exactly.
there. Burning all the trees. What? It's yes, they start forest fires and Don't Starve.
And then you can time off little pine cones falling from it and grows new trees. Yeah, I'm just exploring all the worlds we won't go into. Because you never know where it might lead. Maybe we'll get something out of it.
Oh yes, parallel universe.
Okay. I like how almost all these bars start off at 100% and then stay there for a while.
Yeah.
It's like, you're lying to me about what 100% means. Yeah, I was playing around with Construct as well. We recently learned some of that. I got a little game. This Helen wanted a little game where she would go around hugging her cat, like one of her previous cats. So I got a picture of her previous cat and made an animation. Just a hugging thing you go and you get points for hugging them.
Nice.
What
Pretty
is
simple,
this?
but it helped me learn
Oh, good.
animation process, which is pretty simple actually. in
Yeah,
Construct.
it's pretty simple.
Yeah.
It's not too bad. Oh,
Oh.
wow, that's is that words in it?
Yeah, I think it's saying preview.
Oh.
I was trying to understand what was like happening, but
Well, you know, it's very. Oh my god. You just blew my mind.
they all say preview though.
See, my stupid butt would have just copy pasted a bunch of trees. You made it on that the paint prefab, which was so much better. Thank you for that. Oh my god. Oh.
Uh,
I guess just how dense is the forest? I don't think it can be that dense. You won't be able to walk around, right? Or they do not have colliders on. Nice. Alright, hit play.
I can't see.
Oh, now this is all. Well, I guess.
Oh,
that's-
I broke it somewhere.
Oh. Oh wow.
Hmm. Yeah.
Oh
Alright.
my.
Okay, I could see it feels unreal now. Once you get away from the coding, this stuff looks so much better.
yeah, I think that this tool is not really meant to like only paste a few things. It is meant to. Also, I guess here's the thing I just remembered is like none of these will have colliders, so I think I am going to copy paste.
Well, can't you just add a collider to it and then
That's
if you want to
true.
change it?
Landscape.
I mean, like to the, I call it the prefab instance, but it's not a prefab for this, is it? Like the static mesh, I guess they call it here. And it's just, yeah, you just gotta make that really low, right? One,
Yeah.
perfect.
So you have some. So I mean, you'll go through them, but whatever. We can fix that later.
Do these shots go through? The shots are gonna go through them too. As well.
Shots are going to go through them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So actually,
I mean, it'd be cool if they could bounce them, right?
yeah.
But I mean, physics. I'm of the opinion physics are always fun in games, whether it's crazy physics or not.
What if? Just trying to think of something. Oof.
You could actually put lakes too with that little that texture right down this way. Oh, little bushes.
I guess, yeah.
I see it, obviously. And then just the mess with the player, you put colliders on those, but not on the trees. Yeah, that'd be something I would just be like, I feel so weird Alpine. Like, what? That doesn't make sense. Yeah. So the forest will make so some of the difficulty will be in finding the chupacabra now with the obstacles in the way. So that's.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of just it's trying to add like a little bit of scenery, but kind of getting carried away. But I just discovered this feature of you can like add multiple.
Oh my god.
So is there a way I can like adjust the balances?
Wow.
No, so it's just like it just.
That's their feeding patch, yeah.
It's just a bunch of peas, basically. This is what actual foliage would look like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ground level, and there's a lot of green.
Yeah. I will leave this as it is for now. I'll save this.
Yeah, and the trees get in the way of your line of sight. That's fine. That's a little difficult.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like my thinking was like it's kind of going to be like a little bit of outskirts stuff. Actually, I might destroy it. Can I? So I was thinking like putting the little like petting zoo cage there or something, and maybe like having a like put a fence up here ish, maybe something where they can like kind of walk through something or other. I don't know. Sure. I need to see if this preview is showing up in. Yep. Yeah, I need to understand what's happening there, but I think before the final, I'm gonna write that down.
You don't think it's just Unreal, like watermarking their textures? That's kind of how I was seeing it, but maybe not actually. Because those are all Unreal textures in the game. Maybe that's not like the like.
Well, actually, some of those are like imported textures from. Well, I don't know because it's like it's on the shadow and I think it may be just like a thing of the static mesh. Like maybe the static mesh is like not actually a. I don't know. Because I converted to a static mesh, which I think is like just a mesh itself, but it may just you may have to like add another step for it to like actually be like an object or something.
Okay.
Text.
Yeah, whatever the case would be, it's not high priority, right? It'd be
yeah.
And the Trello colors would be a little priority, probably.
Well, this is the extent of the Trello card. We're gonna have for that. Hey.
On the tasks, if this is the map, then you have the vending machines.
I'm gonna.
Behavior.
I'm gonna actually like order these in how I want them. Because vending machines would be cool, but like if I don't get them, I don't get them. But I do definitely want to have them like packed more like critters.
So maybe we should define what is better behavior mean.
Yeah. So let's bring them. Let's bring a couple.
Does that mean they have actual goals they try to achieve, or they just wander about like randomly?
I was kind of thinking like wandering a little bit more
Oh.
Oh yeah, the timer. I forgot.
Yeah. You couldn't even reach him in time.
Yeah.
Okay. So that should, I don't know, we're just like a wander in a certain direction for a random amount of time and then change direction.
Maybe. Yeah, I was kind of thinking like I want to try and I need to see about this. Alright, so I think there's just something weird happening with that. I kind of
Unreal have anything like a nav mesh agent that Unity has?
yeah, like they do AI a lot better than Unity does. I was kind of thinking. I think last time I was saying I kind of want to do more basic
Okay.
AI stuff. We have 40 minutes left on this stream, so I don't think I'm gonna.
So just random points kind of thing.
Yeah, it
Okay.
might be something I look at for next stream. I think I might make that a priority too.
Well, random points might be good enough to give the illusion
Yeah.
that they're just wandering around.
Well, we were having issues with like having them like orient in a direction last time, and I know that's like something I covered in. I know that's something I worked on in like my lesson night was like the. Trying to think of the word. Some of the like really basic nav mesh stuff. I don't know. I'm getting tired.
Yeah, I don't know how like if it's
Actually,
like something where you can just put like a bunch of points on the map, so you can just predefine those and then you just choose one and go to it. So you don't have to worry about like calculations.
yeah. Oh, I just realized I was double. Wait, so I didn't. Oh, no, never mind. I didn't have another window open. That's why it was. And now I have another window open. So let's switch. There we go. Oops. It's 50. Oh, no. Just changed I changed their rate of decrease from like 0.5 to 50 by accident. Not good. Yeah.
Well, that went pretty far.
Yeah, these just skid forever. I think that might be the texture, this ground texture. I think that's what's. I just know because I was thinking it was like on these stack meshes, but now I'm thinking it's just a. Oh, maybe it's just like on each texture. I don't know.
But it's not on the rat.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was something else, right? Doesn't have its own. It came from somewhere else.
Is it because
Oh wait, lighting needs to be rebuilt.
maybe Unreal does something extra with textures, but they don't do it in editor mode because they require time?
Maybe I need to work on the light because it might have to bake the lighting. That might be the thing that's happening.
Alright, where's the bake light?
That is a good question, and I think I kind of want to have.
Lights are, well, that's just replacing lights, right?
Yeah.
Allow tick before bed.
Light math. Hmm. Skylight. This is fun for a stream, I bet.
I'm looking at the yeah, I was trying to look at the lights window there and stuff.
Alright, I might look into. I keep saying I might look into stuff. I never end up looking because I don't use this engine. I haven't been working in this engine besides like these streams, mostly because.
Does this scene even have a light in it? I guess
It does. It has a light source.
Can you just click on the light source and change it from there?
That's what I'm trying to do.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Crank up the volumetric scattering. Shadows. Oh, definitely not those shadows.
Yeah. Oh.
Not that shadow.
Light shadows. Distance field.
I don't know. I might need to look into. It might be. I mean, all of this might be just like an issue of like just downloading the, creating a new map without really looking into how you actually do such a thing. Yes, save selection. Save it all.
Yeah, because this one doesn't have that big of a concern. Isn't it just that map that has preview?
Yeah, I think because this is based off of a template map, so it probably like had everything needed configured that you need for the basics of a map. Which there's definitely more steps than what we did to get to this. It's alright though. Oh,
That's all shiny.
it's marble, I think. I don't know, I just like doing that. Anyways, I don't know. Wait, so we kind of thinking what I should do to say I have half an hour left, and maybe I'll look at the trigger for this. But good lord, my brain is like dead already. It's been definitely, I think. Well, I almost Googled my Facebook out of like just habit in Google. 'Cause I don't know. I think I might call this early in like a few minutes anyway. I just want to look this up real quick.
It's pretty warm in here. Maybe it's also making you sleepy.
Yeah, maybe.
Had some really drastic weather changes.
Yeah, no, it's like nuts here. It like went from like 40 to 85 in like a day.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
Everything's blooming all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Pollen everywhere.
God, yeah, no, it's just a chaos. Unreal. So I'll look at this video.
watching a video of somebody shooting
Yeah.
a gun. Really? Oh, wait. Trigger. Okay, that's what it is.
One thing I really so I like just really recently disabled like all my history and stuff on like Google, which I don't think prevents Google from like tracking any of my activity, but it's also like screwed with like my suggestions. So I'm like getting the basic suggestions for like YouTube and stuff when I go on there, which seems to be a lot of like anime and video games, and I guess it's like what the populace, or at least like what with like the muted recommendations, like it's like, oh, you look at video game stuff like once, so here's like 600 videos of that, because we don't track as much stuff as we used to. But I don't know, it's like there's like this thing. Oh god, I'm gonna like go and take Google rant. It's like that kind of time of the night. There's like this thing from like this former YouTube engineer where he's talking about, I think they like made this like website that would like graph the path to get from like one video to the next, like based on the suggestions, and it like always gravitates towards like the more like extreme videos. So that's why you get to like, you know, you Google like you know, puppies dancing or something, and then get to like, you know, flat Earth conspiracy videos and like 6 steps or whatever.
Oh goodness.
So, but it's like kind of just I don't know what the word is. It's just like nuts.
Yeah.
But I think it's like, you know, something like YouTube's kind of been trying to deal with in some aspects of just trying to like not have just like try and be like less extreme, but also like still have like this kind of thing of like it's trying to gravitate you towards like videos that are going to be appealing to people, but then it's like always going for like, you know, the more negative videos rather than more positive stuff, because their algorithms are screwy, whatever.
Yeah, we're reading some of the stuff where it's like algorithms just
Not good.
not good at all. That's why we don't have that many viewers, right? We're just too positive.
Our algorithms are
They're biased against us. Sorry, I'm saying we're very controversial on YouTube here.
Yeah. Where is Spencer? I don't know how I can make this bigger. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna try doing this like basic thing with. Wow, are you kidding? That's like just a trigger object. Oops. There we go. So I'm just gonna have, I think these vending machines, like before I was trying to have it so like actually I would walk up to one and hit E,
Yeah.
but that is proving to be beyond my abilities. So I am just making it so you just walk up to them and it will trigger the.
Well, you could disable the E key until they walk into the trigger, and it makes it seem like they have to press the E key.
Maybe, I don't know.
Or you could just, well, that's the HUD. Maybe we're not there yet. Just have the HUD display press E, even though they already have it, but they still hit E.
Yeah.
So the illusion is there. And then you can use some funny and be like, why'd you proceed? You already had it. Quote unquote funny.
Actually, wait, so here I will make
And that icon doesn't mean button press? That arrow down on the button? In the C world here? That's what it looks like to me.
yeah, well, it's meant to be like a button trigger.
Okay.
I guess.
So that's what that is what that symbolizes.
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
like a collider that's designed to take an input, I believe, or something. I don't know if it's like just like a blank like sphere collider with like just that gizmo on it to emphasize what it is.
Oh, interesting. That would be nice in a big project.
Yeah. Unity, you are able to make your own. I don't know what the word is.
Gizmos?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I started messing around with that like pretty recently at one point.
Yeah, that would be interesting. That's a whole nother world of mine that I haven't looked into. That would be interesting. Editor gizmo.
Yeah, there's like some really neat stuff you can do in. It's not letting me. There we go. There's like some really neat stuff you can do with the editor in Unity. Like there's a lot of stuff you can do in runtime, which is kind of interesting. It's I'm trying to forget. I'm trying to remember and then forget.
Well, if you're
I
trying
don't
to
know.
forget, you're succeeding.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. Hey, that's interesting. The button down there, it's actually pretty. Yeah. I could see that kind of level design and artists, if you have many people working on it, it's very useful.
Yeah. Like I think Source Engine had like it's Source Engine's kind of interesting because it's like you like I forget like I've messed with it a little bit, and this is like Valve's engine or whatever, but it's like it's so ancient like the stuff they have there, because it's like Source 1, which I think was like last updated in like the level editors they have released, I think pretty sure were like last updated like 2010 or whatever, and I think even
Wow. Yeah, I know it's old. I remember when that gravity gun, and that was like the big thing.
then the big yeah.
Yeah, so I know, and I've never heard any updates since. But yeah.
I mean, they've made some improvements. Like I know they, I think they ported Dota 2 to Source 2, and I think Counter-Strike Global Offensive, CS:GO or whatever, is going to get ported pretty soon, or has been, or something like that.
Yeah, that's still going. That's
Yeah.
interesting. Counter-Strike is old.
It's like the newest. I don't know. Like it came out like 2013 or something.
Newest iteration, but yeah, it's still huge
Still-
too.
Yeah, I'm curious to see the numbers on it because I think like PUBG.
Twitch streams are huge.
Yeah.
When Counter-Strike's playing, yeah.
Um,
It's still a big following on it. It looks like same game to me. A little graphically updated, but
yeah,
same game.
it's pretty similar. There was like I'm trying to remember. It wasn't an Epic game. It wasn't Epic Unreals. It was the Gears of War guy, Cliff. What's his name?
Oh, Cliff Brzezinski, something like that.
Yeah, he had a game that he had Lawbreakers or whatever.
Yeah, it's
recently.
that big flop.
Yeah, but I think it's like less. I think it's like a good day is when they get like 9 users, which is kind of it's kind of sad, but I don't know. It's like they definitely did something wrong somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know what, but
Probably just it could also be just like a really bad timing because I think it released the same time as like Overwatch and Battleborn, and it was kind of like those two, and then.
Well, I remember watching a video on it once that there was actually issues with it. And people weren't having a good time.
I think it took a while for it to like kind of get off, to get like stabilized or whatever, and then it was like, because there was a bit where I think Overwatch was like the new hotness, and everyone was trying to emulate that, and then Battlegrounds kind of just monopolized like everything, and then Fortnite monopolized everything that Battlegrounds didn't. So that's why Call of Duty and Battlefield this year are both battle royale games instead of no, literally like the new Call of Duty I think they're experimenting with the battle royale mode and just scrapped like single player supposedly is the rumor. Black Ops 4.
Yeah, I should probably give those a go. I imagine the battle royale games are like you can go in single, but you're gonna get whomped by people that go in as a team.
Yeah, it's kind of I don't know. Like I was trying to do it solo a bit, and it was like I don't know. It's like I definitely would enjoy it more with like a group of people. I think because it's like I don't know. Like there's no. I mean, because like it's like Dota is like I don't know. Well, Dota's kind of different because it's like you need to. Dota's like the only game like I played in a group. I think the last game I played in a group, and like the last time I played that was like 2013. I guess like a regular group of like more than like one or two people at a time. But like Battle Royale is nice because it's like you could get like 5 or 6 people at a time. Jump in, whatever.
Yeah, that's great. Like Sea of Thieves is like that in a little bit. It's much better. I would never play Sea of Thieves single.
Okay.
It's like a little glitter dust speck.
Oh, okay.
But
I think I don't know. I have
groups. Sea of Thieves is a blast, but yeah.
I think I'm gonna call it a night because I had a much stronger reaction to a little glitter speck.
I was a little concerned actually. It's like.
So all right. Well, I mean, we didn't get that much farther, but I think I might do a poll on this because I think I might try and work on this in between this stream and the next stream. I might it mostly might be like bug fixes, but I might just like polish some things off and get to a point where like we can just start messing with like the map and not have to figure out like some of this stuff as much. Because I think at this point I kind of have an idea of like where we want to go with it. Like little petting zoo idea with like toy dispensers and whatnot like might be fun. But I guess like I'm at a point where it's like I want to get it to like a pretty nice state, and I might just like spend time outside the stream working on it a little bit.
That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
I mean, we mostly got the idea and a plan together for it.
Yeah, and then like the final stream, kind of just like work on like just polishing things up, which I think might go a lot faster and easier. So.
And then we can